Here comes the next one. Trevor Kumik from Santa Cruz and Brian Batista from Harbor. Harbor in the black and the green jersey. Santa Cruz in the red and the silver, and you can see the intensity that these two wrestlers come out at.
Yeah, these two guys are coming right at each other.
Brian, just a 9th grader. Trevor is a senior. Trevor with 28 and 12. John Corona, the coach of Trevor, who's over in the far corner directly off from us. Brian finds himself on the bottom of a 2-man stack, not always the optimum position.
Yeah, he's trying to see. He's got the arm bar on him there. He's trying on the Bastille, trying to get that double arm bar. Now he's got the single arm bar. Got to make sure he keeps it down on the back though. He can't take that arm up. He's in a good position now. Now he went back to the belly ride on him again.
Kumik.
Back to the tight waist ride.
Kumik up 2-0. 53 seconds to go here in the first 2-minute portion of this match. You can see Batista trying to figure out how to get out of it. But I'll tell you this much, Trevor is not letting go of that wrist.
Yeah, this is at this weight class to have it be a 9th grader to be in this weight class is pretty darn good. Trevor is, of course, Kumik is a senior, so he's had the experience,
Almost out of it, goes for an ankle grab. They're not out yet. This is, Pat says the pinning portion has to be outside the circle. 15 seconds to go.
Yes. They see him, he had the toe underneath there on that, pulling on the toe. You can't do that. You can grab the toe, but you can't crank the toe left or right or up or down, You can hold the toe, but you can't crank on it, so.
You come and watch wrestling, and it looks like they're just killing each other, but there's a lot of safety rules involved to keep the wrestlers healthy and not get hurt.
Yeah.
Two officials out here doing a great job.
Yeah, the officials, all these officials that are here working have all worked the California State Championship, so they're very, very experienced guys. Here he goes. You see he's got the wrist underneath. He got the arm bar on one side. It's going to the wrist under. Right there. He comes back to the tight waist. Breaks him down. Keep trying to keep his hips down so he can't work himself out of there. Batista is still trying to peel those hands though and pop up, but he can't quite get free. There's Kumik on the bottom with his stand up right away. Trying to break his hands free. Trying to stay up on his feet and break the hands.
Batista trying to go from some kind of a trip action, but Kumik doing a good job of keeping his legs away until now.
Yeah, he's trying to come back with a whizzer, but he didn't quite have it. And Bastille was able to hang on to that leg. He's riding that ankle really tough.
Batista out of Harbor,
see, now he's got to be careful here on the toe. Now here's where you got to watch a potential knee problem here.
How much cranking can you do in that position? You can see him turning that toe a little bit from our angle.
Yeah, see,
and there's the whistle.
Yeah, that was pretty close, What the referee did, the reason the referee stalled is what's called a stalemate. When neither wrestler can make any advantage over his opponent, they'll call it and restart the match from the previous position. So it keeps the action going. When you get kind of stale, you call a stalemate, boom, you get going again.
Yep. Trevor on his wallet, rolls over, trying to get out of the trouble. 52 seconds to go. He's got a 2-point advantage at this time.
Bastille's riding him tough, I'll tell you that. This isn't a runaway match by far.
John Corona over in the far corner, barking out instructions, hoping that Trevor will hear him. Now here's a question for you, 38 seconds to go. If you're wrestling, do you try to keep a wrestler as far away from their corner as possible, or do you even know where you are on the mat?
No, you don't even know a lot of times. He should score one here. If he can get his hip back, he'll be able to score on Bastille here. And Bastille was called for for passivity, for stalling, because he was riding the legs too long. He was holding on, and we saw that earlier in the match where he was grabbing the toe. It was almost an illegal move.
Well, Brian's working on that ankle again, and there's another whistle with 11 seconds remaining. Trevor on top, Kumik on top. 2-0 here in the second period.
With Coach Greg Lopez from Harbor barking out encouragement to his wrestler. Nice switch move, first move switch by Kumik. Oh, he got it in 11 seconds. With about 7 seconds to go, he got that reversal. Now he's up 4-0, and we're done with the second period.
Nice, quick moving. And you understand that strength comes into play with these wrestlers, but you never understand how quick they are until you're here watching them.
You watch here on the replay, you see the switch, he's got that arm in there deep, keeps moving his hip, pivots right around up on top for the 2-point reversal.
Yeah, one thing I've watched all these wrestlers do is circle, trying to circle away from their opponent. Batista trying to get out, can't do it. And they're starting the third period, 1:40.
Kumik's riding him tough. You know, he rode him tough in the first period. He's just continuing on now. He's tying up those arms, trying for a cheap tilt now, trying to pull him over to his back.
He's working that wrist, Pat. He's really got a good wrist hold on him.
Yeah, he's really got that thing tight.
Gives it up for belly, and now he's back to that wrist.
Yeah. Some of these guys have a grip like vice grips, you know, and they're hard to get away from. That was one thing that you know, throughout my career, when I got a guy that grabbed me and had a grip like a pair of pliers, I thought, oh boy, I'm in trouble now.
You're in for it now, huh?
The guy'd been milking cows all season down in Iowa, you know.
You had to fight. You had to wrestle some of those in your day at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, I'm sure.
Yeah, those used to be my workout partners.
In your day, Cal Poly was really known for their athletics or football. Well, they are again now. They've come back into prominence. They went down Division II. Now they're back up Division I. Batista for Harbor working his way out of it, but Kumik's not letting him do it.
Kumik's got that single leg on. Now he's got to trip him back down, get him back down the mat. Don't let him score here.
Now, if you were Kumik, would you shoot? There's what I was looking for, that one.
The trip, yeah. You get that single leg up. If you get him bouncing around where he can't feel his balance, your opponent can't feel his balance with it, you kick that leg out and he's got nothing to stand on, because you've got one up, one down. When that second one goes, you're in big trouble.
21 seconds left to go here in the third period of wrestling. Kumik from Santa Cruz up 4-1. And I'll tell you, Brian right now, who's in the down position, realizes he's got his work cut out for him.
Yeah, he certainly does. And I don't, the senior here from Santa Cruz High is not going to give him much leeway either. He's going to ride him tough. He's trying to work a half Nelson on him here, hold him back. But Bastillo is doing a great job of hanging in there. He's struggling the whole time.
And there's that wrap for you right there. Trevor Kumik comes out on top in this one with a 4-1 victory. And I'll tell you this, Pat, a well-earned 4-1 victory, because Brian worked hard.
Yeah, we saw nothing fancy there. We just saw a lot of good, hard wrestling, you know. Nothing fancy at all. In control, keep control, you know. Here we go. Here comes the switch. He comes right around up on top. Beautiful move. Got the single leg up. Does a back heel trip on him. Takes him right down to the mat.
Now, I'll tell you, Pat, this is one of the wrestling matches that I was looking for. Chris Yeomans from Scotts Valley and Joe Ellis from Aptu. Ellis beat him in the last match that these two wrestled. So, grudge match?
Yeah, Yeah, that was on Tuesday night they wrestled, and Elsie beat him. So this is a rematch, you know. Grudge match.
I always like grudge matches. Never got in one.
Elsie here with the body lock on, trying to trip him, trying to horse him. He's got some horsepower.
This is an interesting hold. He's really got him up underneath. not really getting.
Trying to bear hug him, trying to lift him, get his body into him so he can bear hug him. If he can bring his hips in, then you'll watch him trip. There's Reggie Roberts and one of his assistants.
Joe Elsie in the black from Aptos High School. Aptos, their team was 5-0 in the dual meets. They beat Scotts Valley just recently. Scotts Valley's 4-1 in the dual meets.
Nice single try there on Yeomans, but he got caught with that whizzer and popped right over on his hip.
No points, 1:08 to go here in the first period of wrestling between these two very, very talented wrestlers. Yeomans is senior, Elsie, and he's just a junior, so I know Reggie Peters is just saying, hot dog, I've got this kid back for one more year of some great wrestling.
Yeah. Yeomans just got warned for stalling. He's backing up and not coming forward. You got the aggressor coming after him. You got to stop that aggression and shoot or do something so the official doesn't. Now he tried a high crotch move, didn't work out for him. He's stuck down now on a front head and on. We'll see if Elsie can finish it on him. Still trying to do that body lift.
Lifting and twisting. Yeomans again trying to do a shoot, but Elsie's got too much control.
Yeah, he's got to. What do you have to do? You have to elevate him, and trip him. He's just hanging on right now. I mean, you're kind of in a stalemate situation.
Well, both of these wrestlers, very, very talented, and they know each other very well because of their bouts. Well, the ones they just had most recently, as a matter of fact, when both of these schools went on for the final league meet with Aptos 1.
Yeah.
There's the whistle for the first 2 minutes.
So we're
nothing.
Yeah. Here you go. You see Yeomans try and get this takedown with a trip. Elsie takes him over with a whizzer, and they end up out of bounds. No points scored here. Okay, we're at a standoff right now. Second period, 0-0.
Aptos,
Yeomans on top.
Elsie on the bottom. Let's see what happens. No. Yeomans doing a good job of really grabbing the waist and making sure that Joe doesn't get away.
Yeah, he had a tight waist ride on that start. He really had that, knew what he wanted to do with his hands, you know. You got to have busy hands when you're a wrestler.
I've been noticing that. Grab here, grab there, catch here, catch there. Where did this catch as catch can phrase come in from with wrestling? That seems as old as the hills.
I don't know how they figured that.
Well, here's an interesting position.
Yeah, Yeomans is hanging on to that single, and Elsie's trying to come out, spin out from the bottom, and he just couldn't quite finish the move.
In the last match, Elsie had a technical fall, so he came into this one. He was 15-0, and Yeomans a decision 4-2 on Shane Torres out of Soquel.
You see how close Elsie was to being out of that thing into a stand-up position. He just could not quite get his hips back. If he would have got his hips back, he would have scored his 1 point.
And Reggie Roberts, coach for Aptos, was saying that very same thing with the good tango body language of throw that hip, twist him.
There, he got it.
1 point escape award. So Elsie
finally was able to peel the hands and turn into him and get his 1 point.
Minute 3 seconds to go here in the second period. I'm Kurt Edwards here with Pat Lovell, and the SCCAL 2011 Wrestling Championships is everything that I thought it was going to be, and more.
Yeah, we've had some great matches so far, and more to come.
Definitely, we're only about halfway through. There are 14 matches here in the championship. We started with 105-pounders. What a move by Elsie.
Yeah, it's the same situation. He threw that whizzer and he tried to step over. When he stepped behind it, he took him right over to his back.
Yeomans in trouble, but he's able to get his legs back around. Look at that figure 4.
Now you see the referee did not signal the near fall yet. He's waiting to see. The position has not changed. His position has not changed, so he's looking to see if he keeps it, if he'll continue his count to try and get it to 5 for the 3-point near fall.
Almost got it. A second to go. There's the whistle.
Yeah.
And looks like Elsie did get 2 points.
2 point near fall, yeah, 2 point near fall. Yeah.
At the buzzer. Here comes a nice escape.
How about now? Is that better? Yep. Okay, here he goes with that lift. Steps right over, flips him with a whizzer, takes him with that whizzer move, flips him right over to his back and side, puts the leg in, comes up into control.
Oh, that was an interesting one. John was just going to get him loose, but he really didn't let him get away. Yeah,
there's Yeomans popped up right away, but Elsie was able to grab that leg on him. Oh, nice move by Elsie. Yeomans did score a one point escape, and then Elsie came right back and took him down with a cross ankle move. Cross ankle takedown.
Elsie now on top, and he's not giving Yeomans much of anything, and the clock never did start, so these guys were wrestling their wrestles off. They were getting awarded points, but no time was taken off the clock. So now, Pat, you're the official. What do you do?
Yeah, what you do is you go to the kid at the timing table and
beat him
with an agreement with the coaches and run the clock down to where it should be. I think it'll be down. I think I heard him say 147 or something like that.
They're still taking it down. It's 130, 138. So the two wrestlers will start again at minute 38 to go here in the third period. Joe Elsie from Aptos in the lead right now, 7-1.
Yeah, they got it all squared away. Everybody liked the time that they gave him, and let's continue on. There's a 1 point escape by Yeomans. Nice hand turn there, double leg takedown. Yeomans is coming right back after him. He's not done yet, I'll tell you that. He's trying to. I think Elsie's pretty darn strong here. He's going to hang on. Probably go for a stalemate here.
Well, Yeomans finished second in the Half Moon Bay match in the Lawson Memorial 5th. So he knows how to get his, pretty deep in some of these wrestling tournaments.
Yeah, he's been around. He's had a great year. He really has. He's got first in a couple tournaments, and Elsie is really doing well this year. He'll be somebody to reckon with next year as a senior, I'm sure.
Yeomans takes a shot. He realizes he's down. 52 seconds left to go here in the third period. And Elsie's doing everything that he knows how to do. He's in good control with a comfortable margin of lead. There's
supporting points are out.
Jared Norman, the head coach for Scotts Valley, in a discussion with one of the referees, probably about a particular hold.
Yeah, it was about the out of bounds call. They were straddling the line. It was supporting points of both of them out, supporting points of both of them in. Usually in that situation, you are out of bounds. But that's what Norman was questioning. He wanted to know if his hips were all the way out.
Elsie back in control, 30 seconds to go. There's a whistle.
Yeah. Another stalemate call on that. Some of those now you want to let them go just a little bit longer because that move that Elsie was trying to do there, we call the Cooper, where you step through and take the guy and turn him right upside down. There was a Glenn Cooper was a wrestler up in Sacramento who perfected that move, and he'd put you right upside down with that thing and pin you with it. You had your spread eagle and through there, so it's a heck of a move if you can work it.
7 seconds to go, and it looks like this one's going to go in favor of the Aptos wrestler. Gets 2 more points. So Joe Ellis.
Yeomans walked right into that headlock. Yeomans is injured. I think he came down pretty good on his head. We'll have our trainer Scott Hamill from the Dominican Hospital Sports Medicine Clinic here, donating his time to come over and work with the wrestlers, and he'll take care of it, make sure that that Yeomans is okay.
Well, in the exuberance that any athlete has trying to come up with a win, they will do some risky maneuvers.
Yeah.
And there's Joe Elsie with the hand up. And here's the sportsmanship and the camaraderie.
Yeah. Yeah, Yeomans is up. Looks like he's okay. I think he, yeah. Here he goes to the takedown, cross ankle, nice cross ankle, head down. Now you'll see the headlock here. He threw him. You see what hit first? His head hit first. Here he goes again. Hit came right down on his head.
Here we go again. Aptos in the black, Scotts Valley. David Nicey for Scotts Valley. Carson Keys in the dark one for the Aptos Mariners. They're not wasting any time. They're right after each other.
Yeah. Carson Keys from Aptos is our defending champion. He was the league champion last year. David Nicey is he's a competitor. I think these guys wrestled the other night in the dual meet too, and Carson Keys ended up winning the match.
Well, Carson Keys is 21-14. As you said, SCCAL champion last year, 4th in the Peninsula Tournament, 5th in the Miller Memorial, 5th in the El Camino. And they are at it. No score so far, but we've only lost about 30 seconds here in the first period.
He walked right into that takedown. He walked right into that takedown. He brought his hips in and it allowed Nicey to grab a hold of him and take him down.
How often in your wrestling career or when you're watching wrestling, do you watch kids just walk right into getting points taken away from them?
Yeah, it happens a lot. You know, not finishing a move, not going all out or whatever. Okay, now he's been called for stalling. Nicey's been called for stalling because he's hanging on the legs too long. You have to move up and work up toward the upper body.
Nicey on top. David trying to gain control. He's trying to figure out how he's going to get away from that wrist grab and finger grab. He almost was able to stand up.
See now again, Nicey got himself in trouble. He lost his hip. He slipped right down onto his back.
Carson Keys with a pin, doing a good job of getting all of him over the top and pinning his opponent. Nicey just got himself in trouble rolling over, and I got to say Carson did a great job of getting his body right on top.
Yeah, he trapped him underneath there. That was really a crucial mistake by Nicey. See Nicey here. You see Nicey go to his side. He gets his near hip down, which allows straight come right around and put him right on his back for the fall.
Dashiev, number 4, Scotts Valley, Nick Menge, going at it for Aptos, and Menge taking command really, really quick on this one. At least he's trying to. And there's an illegal move. Good job by our officials. Pat, these officials do a good job. They are right on top of this.
Yeah, he got him around the neck. He had him around the neck, which is an illegal hold. Okay.
Dashiev takes a shot, doesn't make it. Baldwin trying to figure out how he's going to do it. No score. We're in the first period of wrestling for these two wrestlers.
There he goes to score. He's a two-point takedown now.
Menge gets 2. On top, trying to gain control.
Working for that cradle. He's got it now. He's got him in big trouble.
There we go. Back-to-back pins for the Aptos Mariners wrestlers. Menge doing a good job, Pat, as you said, getting him in the cradle and just wrapping him up.
He put him in that old cradle move and just rocked him right up there. Showed a lot of horsepower on that move, I'll tell you that. Yeah, Nick did a great job here. he really went after that thing, I'll tell you. He put him in that perfect cradle position, and took him right over.
171-pound wrestling.
You know, in your wrestling days,
Here we go.
see him wrapped
Watch it
up.
again. Here he goes. He took him right up with the cradle. We got a great shot of it here. Rocks him right up on his shoulders, and it's all over. It's all over but the shout, and here we go.
Coming up, we're in the 170s. 173, Dylan Keel from Santa Cruz, Adam Carruthers from Harbor. No slowing down here, folks.
We've got Keel. Keel is a senior from Santa Cruz High School, and Carruthers is a sophomore from Harbor High. So both of them have a fairly comparable record, so it might be a real good match.
Almost out of bounds. Carruthers trying to get out. Keel saying, nope, you can't get out. 2-0 is the score in favor of Keel.
He's working that wrist ride again, trying to get that 2-on-1 position. The tilt position has really become a huge move in wrestling. Different from way back when. Everybody's picked that up, but you get a guy who can roll his hips, take that 2-on-1 and put him up on your hip and roll him up and get, you know, what you call a cheap tilt. You know, you're not going to usually pin him with it, but you're going to score a lot of near fall point. Oh, he got himself trapped underneath there.
Carruthers looking for some points. Did he get any? No.
Never lost a headlock. Came right back up on top again. That's why there was no score.
Keel hanging in there.
Yeah. Oh, now he's scoring near fall points. He put himself there, but the other wrestler held him. Keel was able to hold him. Now here goes Keel with the arm bar. Put him right over in his back. Gonna rock him back the other way. He's in trouble now. Keel's putting the pressure on him now.
If he could get his legs a little farther out behind him, and there's the buzzer, Keel getting...
That's what's called being saved by the buzzer.
Yes, as Keel picks up 3 points just as the buzzer goes off.
Yeah, Coach John Corona and Nate Urbancic over there giving encouragement.
Now Adam Carruthers comes in, he is 20-10. Dylan Keel 12-4. Carruthers just a sophomore.
Yeah, they're getting the score squared away now. They're trying to set the clock and get the score squared away.
They're moving so fast, they're lucky they can do anything.
Yeah.
Holy Toledo.
There would have been a couple more seconds, and watch out. There's John Corona and Nate Urbancic, two fine Santa Cruz coaches. Nate Urbancic used to be the head coach here at Soquel High School and decided to spend a little more time with his family and get out from being the head man and went over to Santa Cruz as an assistant.
Keel on top. Carruthers trying to figure out how he can get a reversal or an escape.
Carruthers has got the headlock on him. If he can pop his hip over. They made a mistake there. He stepped over. You don't step over that. Oh my God, look at this position.
Ouch, that hurts just watching it.
Yeah, this is really something. Look at it. Oh, Carruthers have to get his hips up on top. He just can't quite get there.
Carruthers working hard.
Keel's still in control.
Still has
now they're looking for near fall here.
Now where do those shoulders have to be to get that near fall?
45 degrees or less. 45 degrees less. You see them. Boy, these guys are stepping over each other. This is really something. He's got a 2-point near fall. Here, you look at the position here. Now he's got Keel on his back. He got the reversal on him.
Carruthers getting his first 2 points. 47 seconds to go here in the second period. But Keel in control, but in trouble. Wow!
Oh. He was down 10-0 and comes back and bids him.
Carruthers coming back. Keel making some tactical mistakes, I think, Pat.
That's a real comeback story there, I'll tell you that. Being down 10-0 and coming back and pinning your opponent, that's pretty darn good.
That's one of the stuff that you're going to remember as a wrestler down the road. And that was a fantastic match. Carruthers, who for all intents and purposes was in trouble. But
see him here, he's got that half buried in. Keel's got himself in trouble. He couldn't turn out of it because his arm was trapped. Yeah, had his arm trapped. He couldn't turn out of it. And then, boy, there they are, both shoulders down.
You can see how Carruthers gets his shoulders and upper body right over the top of the shoulders of Keel, and it is over at that part of time. So here comes a match that I've been waiting for, Pat.
Yeah,
Logan Kellogg and Frank Ramirez. Logan Kellogg for San Lorenzo Valley and Ramirez for Aptos in the dark uni.
Yeah, Kellogg got champion written all over him, I'll tell you that. Last year's league champion, last year's CCS champion, last year's state qualifier, you know, going to the state tournament. And he's the real deal, you know. He's probably a kid that's scholarshipable, could go somewhere, you know, somebody pick him up and on a scholarship, a wrestling scholarship. He's very methodical, he's very strong, and he just kind of handles his opponents. You know, he doesn't show a lot of emotion or anything else, but he is the real deal.
These two look like two bull elephants with their heads together, pushing and doing the hand grab for wrist to control. Ramirez trying to get control of the head. Kellogg really having nothing to do with it.
Yeah, still feeling each other out. 92.
192, 50 seconds to go, first period. 0 up on the board for either of these wrestlers. Both looking for shots, and I think Kellogg's just biding his time. He comes in with a record of 34-4, so he's not used to losing.
No, yeah, that's a pretty darn good record, I'll tell you that.
First in the Lawson Memorial, first in the Coast Classic, first in the Apple Cider. Logan Kellogg is first, are usually in the same sentence, I have a feeling, when wrestling comes in.
Yeah. And his brother was a fine wrestler also at San Lorenzo Valley High School, and his his uncle and stuff, and was former wrestlers of the Romley family out of San Lorenzo Valley. So he's been around wrestling a long time in his life.
Well, the first period is over and in the books. Put another 2 minutes on the board, no score. And here are the two big bull elephants, just sort of butting heads. There's a couple of head slaps.
Couple of slaps on that neck, huh?
Kellogg underneath, Ramirez on top. Kellogg is almost able to get out of it. Ramirez doing a good job of maintaining control of the legs.
Yeah, Kellogg, I think when you see him power his way out of here, he's got that underarm drag with his left arm. He's got that right ankle. That's a tough move to stop with the power that he's got. Come right around on top.
I thought I saw the referee say a 2 point for Kellogg. Hasn't got it there. It goes up on the board.
Yeah, he's going to step through now, try and get that tilt on him if he can here.
Ramirez trying to fight control, so he doesn't want Kellogg to get that wrist behind him.
Yeah. He had the 2-on-1 there. I thought he would try and pull the arm up to take it up on his back, but he's just kind of hanging on to that inside wrist ride, not doing a heck of a lot with it.
As you can see, a minute to go. Kellogg on top. Ramirez fighting to get out of this position, and Kellogg saying, I have both of your wrists, or temporarily anyways, and I'm not letting go.
Yeah, he's got the double wrist ride. Now he's got the arm bar in there. Now he'll try and crank him. If he can roll the right arm under, he's going to start cranking on him here. See him setting his feet now. He's taking them slowly. Slowly. Don't lose him. Don't lose balance.
He could let go.
Got his 2-point near fall, but he couldn't hold him.
Ramirez doing a good job of getting out of that jam and getting into it again.
Now you see what the situation here. When Kellogg thought he was in trouble, you see how quick he can move? When he thought that he was in trouble, he was going to lose Ramirez, he picked up the pace like that. And that's what he does in matches. I think he kind of lulls people to sleep, you know, by doing that. And then there's those two great coaches from SLV, Ken Polistrini and Julian Romilly. And he'll catch on fire all of a sudden. But you kind of have to get him into that like a little panic position for him to come back, and then he comes back with vengeance, you know.
Well, he did that when he lit it up. He's up 4-0 as the second period comes to an end. And Logan Kellogg is on top 4-0, but you're right. He had Ramirez.
Here's Kellogg. You see him pull that ankle up. You got that arm on the inside, and it comes up on top with his 2-point takedown.
Not a lot of rest between periods, and these two wrestlers are right back at it.
Yeah. There's Kellogg tried a high crotch, didn't work. But you notice he keeps on working here. Ramirez comes inside on him.
Ramirez did a good job of keeping his legs away from Kellogg.
Yeah, that was close. But you notice Kellogg, I think he knows where he is all the time, you know.
Definitely very savvy on the mat is Kellogg. Again, both of these wrestlers sizing each other up, waiting for somebody to make a shift of weight, a mistake.
I think so, you know. You know, and all the onus becomes on the guy that's behind. You know, Ramirez behind by 4 points. He's got to initiate, you know, something, and then what will happen is you have to be careful that Kellogg doesn't counter you. So you got to be real smart in this situation if you want to stay in the match and try and score big here.
Probably smart and quick. 55 seconds to go on the countdown. Kellogg on top, 4-0. Aptos, a couple of wrestlers went back-to-back on the pins. Ramirez having to work for his money this time, and Kellogg in control. Ramirez is going to have to initiate something, and they have to do it quick.
Yeah, he certainly is. Yeah, they're just kind of battling. Kellogg's happy to be where he is, and you know, vice versa.
20 seconds to go. Here in the third period, Kellogg on top for the San Lorenzo Valley Cougars. Ramirez trying to keep Aptos' winning streak alive.
Yeah, they're really tying each other up, so neither one of them can make a move, you know.
Does not look like Ramirez is going to be able to do anything to defeat Logan Kellogg. So Logan Kellogg is going to be the champion.
He's a repeat
champion for the San Lorenzo Valley Cougars. Great match, and you can see where both wrestlers equally skilled. A couple of mistakes by Ramirez cost him. And of course, Kellogg's quickness didn't hurt either.
Yeah, he can do it when he wants to.
From San Lorenzo Valley, a junior, with a record of 27-10.
There you go. You see it right here. He goes again with a takedown, takes that ankle, spins right around on top with a little short drag with the other arm, comes right up behind him.
You know, in your tremendous wrestling past, you and I have run into one person in common. A guy named Kurt Angle. You saw him when he knew how to wrestle. I saw him when he was pretending to wrestle.
I knew him when he was a real wrestler. In fact, I went to Europe with Kurt. We took 25 NC2A wrestlers over to Italy and wrestled in the Trophy Malone tournament over there. And Kurt got knocked off by a Russian, I think, or something, but he is a real competitor, you know. And I did his semifinal match in the NC2A tournament when he beat Tokay from Princeton.
Well, out here we've got Drake Smith from Scotts Valley and Ben Landauer from SLV. Excuse me, Landauer.
I think both these guys were probably outstanding football players. I know Smith was, but I'm not sure about Landauer for sure.
Landauer, mouthpiece in, looking to do something. Landauer was a good football player. He's a tough competitor. I see him up at SLV all the time. He's got his skateboard. He's a very, very confident young man, confident wrestler.
Yeah. He has a good record too. 27-10 is nothing to sniff about. If you look at the comparable records, Smith has not wrestled as many matches as Landauer, but the number of wins and losses are very comparable by wins and losses. It doesn't make sense, does it?
It does mathematically, which for a kinesiology major like myself doesn't always make a lot of sense. Back at it, 53 seconds to go. No score on the board. Landauer got his hands around the neck. Smith not really giving in. There's a nice shot attempt by Landauer.
They're trying to quarter Nelson in the front there, trying to get around him. Smith very strong in that move. He's trying to make something happen here.
I noticed that Landauer took that shot and Smith immediately just pushed down on the head. Just bent that thing up, almost rendering Landauer useless. Back at it, 30 seconds to go.
Yeah.
Landauer got here by beating Riggs Powell of Aptos. Smith got here by beating Meek of Harbor. And Velasquez of Soquel. 7 seconds to go. The towel is out to tap the referee.
Yeah, not a lot of action, but these guys, you'll find sometimes the heavyweight guys are pretty cautious because you make a mistake, it could be fatal. It's harder for them to get off their back and stuff if they get in that position. Yeah, here we go. You see him take a shot here, try and get underneath, and Smith counters him and takes him right out of bounds.
Smith on the bottom position. When you wrestled in high school not too many years ago, they didn't have a heavyweight division, did they?
No, what happened, it did my senior year, but the heavyweights was just an exhibition my first 3 years in high school. So you didn't get to wrestle that much, but I had a great senior year and ended up, of course, getting a football and wrestling scholarship to Cal Poly. So it paid off for me.
Landauer on top. Was trying to go to get control of the leg.
Yeah, Smith is scrambling. If he breaks away here, if he breaks free, he'll get his 1 point escape.
Landauer.
He gets up to his feet. Landauer still got him. Oh, there you go. 1 point escape for Smith.
That's got to be the hardest earned 1 point I've ever seen.
Yeah, he worked for that, didn't he?
Getting all the equipment back on. Landauer, both from the up. And 15 to go here in the second period. Smith on top by a point, 1-0.
Still feeling each other out now, waiting for one to make a mistake.
Yeah, both of these football players, Pat, I always thought that wrestling was great for the football player, as far as body control, footwork, and leverage. Landauer with a shot. Smith just takes the head, jams it right down.
He's going to put that quarter Nelson on. Oh, he almost got it. He almost got it.
Spinning.
Out of bounds. Almost had it again. That quarter Nelson, you got to power him down with that thing and then spin. He wasn't quite quick enough.
Smith is fast. I mean, he is very, very quick on his feet. And very, very powerful upper body. Young junior from Scotts Valley, so he'll be back here probably next year for the 2012 championships. And Louis Walters is going to be happy to have him on the football team one more year.
Yep.
12 seconds to go. Back towards the center. Landauer
still banging
the clock.
Still banging heads, not much action.
Here's our only point, Pat.
Yeah, here we go. He's got his escape. He spins around. As soon as he pops his head up here, if he can get up to his feet, he's going to score his 1 point escape. You see, they're still working. still in bounds. There he goes, hip down. He's got supporting points in bounds. Scores an escape. Smith did a good job on that by, staying with it the whole time.
Yeah, with Smith up by a point, what do you expect? It's hard to expect to see anything in wrestling because it's so spur of the moment what a wrestler is being given by their opponent. But just from what you've seen in the first 2 periods, Landauer, what is he going to have to try and do? I know score.
He's probably going to escape here. Smith. I don't know if Smith can ride him for a whole 2 minutes. And I think these guys are so even. They respect each other so much that it could end up in a tie. We could end up into overtime. So we'll see what happens here.
Well, Ben Landauer from San Lorenzo Valley underneath tries to circle out. Smith doesn't let him do it.
And Landauer has the height, of course, on Smith. Smith, the shorter, stockier of the two. Oh, he's trying to turn Landauer here. He's got that vine in. He's got those short legs.
Landauer getting hold of Smith's ankle.
Yeah, he's trying to. There he goes. Smith's trying to work his power half now. If he can crank him up beyond 45, he'll have him. If not, if he loses them here, he could end up being reversed, which you don't want to happen.
Smith using pressure, applying it right on Landauer's head.
Yeah, he had him covered. Smith's doing a great job. Doing a good job of riding him. He could be in trouble here.
50 seconds to go. Smith on top by a point.
Yeah, Smith has to stay on top. Nice job by Smith by keeping in control. Oh, he almost got Landauer. He's got him. Oh, he's got him in trouble now. Smith got him in trouble, but they're going to be out of bounds.
Not out of bounds. The referee's not giving us. They're letting them wrestle. 25 seconds to go. Got San Lorenzo Valley coach yelling they're both out of bounds. Referee right underneath it. 10 seconds to go. Smith fighting for control. Landauer trying to figure out how to get out of it.
Got to keep that shoulder in bounds.
This is a push me, pull you. There it is. Conversation.
He'll get a near fall. He should get the near fall anyway. So there'll be no fall, but it'd be a near fall. No, they called it a fall.
They called it a fall.
Yeah.
What a battle between these two big men. We're still ready to see some of the big men come at it. Ben Landauer goes down to Drake Smith. In a great battle of power, and Smith doing a good job of maintaining control on his opponent.
Really did. Look here, see him here at the edge of the mat, pulling him in. The referee looking. That shoulder just touched the mat.
Here we go. Fun time. Bring out the big boys. And I mean the big boys. Marshall Rowdy Houston. I wonder if he's related to Rowdy Piper.
Maybe.
And Ryan Rodriguez. Houston out of Harbor. Rodriguez out of Aptos. So I thought we had them all started, and now we're going to go back to 0-0, 2 minutes.
Yeah, they already had a point up there on the board which didn't belong there. So.
Here we go. The big boys, the big Brahmas going after each other.
Oh, nice move. See the nice trip there by Marshall Houston. Stepped right across and tripped Rodriguez right to his back. That was a nice move.
Marshall Houston, 28 wins, 8 losses.
Marshall has really come along. Here he goes on his back.
Gonna have to get those hips.
There's our heavyweight champion, Marshall Houston from Harbor.
Does not last long.
Put the number on him.
With not even a minute left to go in the first period, Marshall Houston out of Harbor High pins Ryan Rodriguez. And boy, I'll tell you, those big boys, they're big, Pat.
They are.
And they're quick.
That's all 275 pounds of them right there.
That is fabulous. What a night of wrestling. From all the way to the little 105s, all the way up to the big heavyweights.
Okay,
Pat, here's that replay of the
yeah,
hit.
you'll see Marshall
Ladies
here
and gentlemen, we'd like to thank Community Television for
make a
being here
real
this evening.
nice move here. We missed the trip there, but he's got him tightened here. He just puts that weight on him. He's got a weight advantage, I'm sure. And here comes the fall right there.
There's your heavyweight champion, Marshall Rowdy Houston, Harbor High School. What a night of wrestling here at Soquel High School. Santa Cruz Coast Athletic Wrestling Finals. We'll be back with a little bit more right after this. Welcome back. What a great night of wrestling we had here at Soquel High School at the SCCAL Wrestling Finals here in 2011. Before we go any farther, I would like to thank our great sponsors that brought this event to us. CTV Sports is a presentation of Community Television of Santa Cruz County, a nonprofit membership organization serving county residents by providing education and tools to access media. Visit us at communitytv.org. This CTV presentation of SCCAL Wrestling is made possible in part by the generous support of Cruzio Internet, Santa Cruz County's largest independent internet service provider, offering high-speed wireless internet, a co-location data center, and flexible workspaces with 10 gigabytes of fiber internet. Details online at cruzio.com, and by Benson Masonry, specializing in all forms of residential and commercial stone masonry, including fireplaces, retaining walls, block foundation, and decorative patios. Benson Masonry, dial them up, 479-9636. Stone masonry specialist in Santa Cruz County since 1981. Hi again, everybody. I'm Kurt Edwards. With me is Pat Level. What a fabulous night of wrestling we had. 14 very, very exciting bouts, Pat. And I mean, not a snoozer in the bunch. We had pins, technical. I mean, everything went smooth, absolutely fun event.
Yeah, it certainly did, Kurt. I thought it was an outstanding championship. Of course, Aptos High School coming out on top and winning the championship outright by the dual meets and by winning the tournament. But there were some great matches, and we hope the best. We hope the best for all these kids. You know, next week going into Central Coast section, trying to qualify for the state championship, placing in the section meet and going on to the state championship. But we have some great guys, and the weight class winners again one more time. Kevin Eddington from Scotts Valley over Josh Burr. That was a great match. Michael Kraft, of course, over Bobby St. Pierre. Willie LaMonica over Daniel Kraft. Tanner Heath from Aptos over Will McTighe from Soquel. Sonny Torres from Soquel over Anthony Smith from
Results at 189 pounds.
and Joe Elsie over Chris Yeomans of Scotts Valley. Carson Keys over David Nicey. David Menges over Baldwin Defshivi. And Adam Carruthers over Dylan Keel at 173. 192, Logan Kellogg from San Lorenzo Valley over Frank Ramirez of Aptos. So there was a great night. All those matches, terrific.
We've got some really good highlights on the match from Speckman and Peterson of Aptos. Speckman just picking him up and slamming him right on down. And these just keep right on coming all the way through. Keys versus Nice on a big, hard battle all the way through. All of these wrestlers fought very, very hard all night long. Benj with his battle, getting people pinned, near pins and falls.
And Adam Carruthers here scoring a fall over Keel, Santa Cruz. Here we have Logan Kellogg is in here against Frank Ramirez from Aptos. Just a great match here. Not a lot of scoring. And then the big boy comes through and pins here, wins by a fall here. Roddy Piper. Rowdy Houston from Harbor, the champion at 285 pounds over Ryan Rodriguez of Aptos. And I think that tells it all.
It really does. A lot of emotion here, folks. Great crowd. 2011 SCCAL wrestling champions. Some of these kids are going to be moving on into the CCS. Hopefully we get a couple of kids that go all the way down into state and are very, very successful. The one thing, folks, you got a chance to see what a wonderful sport wrestling is. It goes back thousands of years, and now we're at present time with some absolutely fabulous wrestlers here on the Central Coast. Pat, any other final thoughts?
Well, I'm a lot with what you said, Kurt. I said, I think the kids have done a great job here. I wish the best for them in the CCS. Hope they can do it.
And that's it from here at SoCal. I'm Kurt Edwards with Pat Lovell. Next time you're going to see us is going to be volleyball, Mount Madonna versus Aptos. You can see it Sunday, March the 20th. For Pat Lovell, I'm Kurt Edwards and our director, Craig Judson. Thank you very much for joining us from Soquel High School, 2011 SCCAL Wrestling Championship. Good night, everybody.